Welcome back. We have gone through some of the fundamental concepts. We have seen some Linux commands also. Today we'll be seeing the 5 stages or 5 phases of ethical hacking. If you are doing any network pen testing or web application pen testing or any other, these 5 stages has to be followed. The top will start with the first stage, reconnaissance. It is also known as information gathering. There are two types, active and passive. Passive is like you are given with a client. For example, for an organization, you are working as a security analyst or a pen tester. Then you will be given with a client. Then you have to passively search or Google about the client or the logo of the client or any employee of the client or any employee's page or Twitter page or any LinkedIn pages we have to look for gathering the information about the client. This is the way of passive. In this, you are not going out anything into the company's website. Out of the website, you are looking, Googling for their passive information. Now coming to active reconnaissance. These days, active reconnaissance is a kind of falls into the place with the second phase, which is scanning and enumeration. So now that is active. That is where we go out and take tools such as Nmap, Nessus, Nikto, and we'll be scanning actively against a client. For example, a banking application is given or any e-commerce application is given from the client. So we'll be scanning the application actively. We'll be looking for open ports vulnerabilities. We also perform what is called enumeration, is just looking at items and digging into them deeply to see if we can find anything of value. There is any web server, like an example, web server running on port 80. We see a port is open and it's running something like Apache patch point 2 or Apache 1.2, which would be really an outdated web server. We would go out to Google and we would say, do you know if Apache 1.2 has any exploits for it? and we would do research. That's the enumeration portion of it. So once we do our information gathering, we do our scanning, enumeration, then we move into gaining access, or we also call it as exploitation. This is also known as exploitation. We will run an exploit run against the client or against the vulnerable application and or vulnerable machine, and try to gain access into the machine or into a network or into an environment like that. Once we have that access, the process to start, again we do scanning, enumeration, again we also want to maintain that access. So if we were okay with maintaining the access, user shuts down the computer. How do we maintain that access? And when they turn their computer back on, we still have access to it. Then lastly, there is covering tracks. You want to delete any logs that you may leave behind. You want to delete any kind of malwares that you have used, or any malicious files that you have uploaded. You have to remove that. That is important for any pen tester. Any accounts, if you have created for any reason, you want to delete all those as well. You generally just want to clean up, is a good way of putting it. Covering tracks is more hacker way, but as penetration tester, you really just want to clean up. For a hacker, no one should find his traces, so you have to clear all the traces or all the footprints that he used to enter into this network. But as a pen tester, you really just want to clean up everything that you have done. So we'll be seeing all these steps thoroughly, one by one. So this process is same for network, or if you are going for any web application pen test, it is similar, these 5 stages of hacking. The tools might change, the attack methods. For example, if you are using any network hacking, the tools may change, the approach may change, but still we call these 5 stages. So let's talk about information gathering as we start the actual ethical hacking. So we'll see this in the next session. Thank you.